Hey everybody, welcome. Today we are going to be doing an Indian style crock pot chicken. This is the Clean Cuisine. My name is Jen. Thank you as always for tuning in. What I'm going to start doing is I'm just going to use about half of this large onion, or I guess you could say the equivalent of about a small onion. And I am just going to go ahead and peel this and just really coarsely chop it up and throw it into my, I'm going to use my Ninja. I could definitely use my food processor, but there's not a ton of ingredients that are going to go into this, so I think my food processor, or excuse me, my Ninja will do just as good of a job, and it'll be a lot less cleanup. So just going to chop it in half and then maybe cut it 1, 2, 3 times just to get some really big chunks. Throw it in there like so. I'm going to use 2 fairly large pieces of garlic and just quickly take those out of the shell. I guess it's, oh yeah, 2 large pieces. And I don't know if I got this one good enough. Let's hit this again with our knife. It's being resistant. Getting my exercise, my frustrations out. Alright, so we're going to plop those pieces of garlic, those cloves, right into our Ninja as well. And then what I'm going to do is add 1 can of tomato paste. Just put it right in the Ninja. And this, the tomato paste with the coconut milk and all the spices, you know, traditional Indian spices, the garam masala, curry powder, coriander, it is going to come together, and cooking it in the crock pot will give it that nice deep flavor because it's going to be sitting in there for a while all stewing together. So I'm going to put that whole thing of tomato paste, and then I'm going to crack open a jar of full fat coconut milk. Don't skimp here. It's not bad for you, and it's going to make your dish taste so much more rich and creamy and just full of flavor. So I'm going to go ahead and carefully empty that all in. Okay. Then I'm going to add my spices. And the only one I don't have here is my salt, so I'll put that over here. But we're going to add about a ½ tablespoon of coriander and a full tablespoon of my curry powder and a full tablespoon of my garam masala. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but sounds fun. But I mean, you can just smell it. It smells good. It smells like a good Indian restaurant. And I'm going to start with about a tablespoon, maybe a little bit less, of some coarse sea salt. Alright, so everything's in there. So there you go. You got all your spices, your seasoning in there, your coconut milk, your tomato paste, your onions. We're just going to come over here to our bullet and grind this up for just about 30 seconds until it's a puree. Throw it in there. That's done. So I'm just going to set that aside while I cut up my chicken. And then what we're going to do is just place that right on top of our chicken in the crock pot once it's all cut up. So I've got about a little bit over 2 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breast. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just chop them really quickly up into some fairly large chunks. You could leave your chicken whole, but this, especially if you're going to put it like over rice or something, it just, you know, it's whether you want to do the legwork up front or at the end. Right now, I'm going to cut mine on the front end. And two, this will also, if you cut it, the surface area is going to be obviously a lot larger. So those spices, those seasonings will really be able to cover and coat all that chicken. So you're going to be boosting your flavor profile there too. So that's an advantage of cutting your chicken. Some people do not like to mess with raw chicken. I really don't either, which is why I wear my gloves every chance I can get, but some things are worth the messiness. Alright, so I'm just about done. Again, I've got a little bit over 2 pounds, boneless, skinless. And here we go. We're going to plop them in our, make sure we don't get anything in our spices here. Plop them in our crock pot. Take that glove off. And it is going to be as easy as pouring our spice blend over our chicken. So, see back there, I'm just pouring it on. And that's a lot of sauce. So yeah, go ahead and just throw some brown rice in a steamer. So by the time this is done cooking, you'll have some rice as a side, and that sauce will just soak into that rice. It is such a deep, rich flavor. So I'm going to go ahead and sit my crock pot on low, just depending on how much time you have. You can set this in the morning before you go to work, or you can set it if you're home during the afternoon. Let's say it's the weekend, set it earlier in the day and it'll be ready in time for dinner. So I'm just going to stir this real quick just to make sure that my chicken is covered in that sauce. And we will set it and forget it. Here we go. Alright, so I had mine on high for about an hour and then I turned it down to low for about 2.5. I came home, the house smells fantastic, and you can see it's got that rich kind of creamy sauce. I know some people like to go in and add a little cornstarch or a little arrowroot to thicken it up. I'm not a fan. I really would rather not thicken my sauce and just kind of eat it as is. So I have some brown rice handy. I'm going to have this over brown rice with some steamed broccoli or some green beans. And this is going to be a delicious dinner. There you go. I hope you guys enjoy. If you like this, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more simple but clean and delicious meals, please make sure to subscribe, and I'll have more coming at you almost every day of the week. Just want to show you this deliciousness. I'm going to taste it. Yes, I am. I'm going to burn my mouth, but oh yeah, I burned my mouth. All right, enjoy, guys. Thank you.